No one remembers the easy math problems. Think about that. Think about all of the math problems that you've done. Which are the ones that are most memorable in your mind? I bet it's the ones that gave you the most trouble. I remember spending over a week on a partial differential equation because I wasn't changing the limits of integration. You know, in calculus, when you make a U substitution, you're supposed to change the limits, and many people take the lazy way out and they don't do it. That's fine. But I was one of those people, and in this particular case, those limits needed to be changed. And I remember I was standing in the hallway in the math building, and I wrote it on the board, and this professor walked by. I don't know who he was. And he looked at it and he says, "Oh, you forgot to change the limits." And I thought, "Oh, MG." And so those are the problems that stay with you, right? The harder problems. And so there is a lesson in this. It's not just a realization that the harder problems stay with you. You can learn from this. And it's kind of a harsh lesson because it would be better if it wasn't this way, but it is. You see, when you're doing math and when you're learning math, you know, the first step is to figure out the problem, you know, come up with the answer. But once you have the answer, you still have to think about it. You still have to go back and think about your solution. Think about the steps. Think about how each step follows from the previous step. I'm thinking about proofs here, you know. Everything has to make sense. Every little detail, every logical step has to follow from the previous. And when you think about proofs and when they fall apart and you really dissect them and you think, well, why did I even take this approach to prove this? You know, you really try to understand not just the process, but the intuition behind your solution. That's how you learn. And that's how you emulate that experience of remembering those really hard problems. I learned this from a professor I had in graduate school. He was really old. He was a very tall, big, he was a large man. He was an Indian man. And he died many years ago. And he told us one day when we were doing a math problem on the board, it was an abstract algebra proof, but it was an induction proof, but it was weird. It wasn't like your typical induction proof that you do in a discrete math class or in a pre-calc class with integers. No. This was like, I think we were doing induction on the order of a set, and I forgot what it was, but it was pretty involved. And he told us that every time we do an induction proof, to think about where the proof falls apart and think about how we need the induction hypothesis. And he told us that every time we do a proof in general, we should go back and really analyze it. So once you finish a math proof or a math problem, you're not done. According to this man, you had to go back and think about your solution some more. And that's how you remember problems. That's why those hard problems stay with us, because those hard problems required extra thinking. And so what he was saying is, after you're done with your proofs, go back and do that extra thinking on purpose. And of course, the problem with all of this, right, the dark side of this, is that it's basically saying you have to work harder. So it's not necessarily a good thing, but it is a realization that sometimes when you're studying math, if you understand everything and you blow through everything, yes, you're still going to learn, but it's those moments when you sit and think, those moments when you're stuck, that's when the learning happens. And that's the good thing too, you know, because it says that if you do get stuck and you do think about a problem forever and it feels like you're not making progress, well, in some sense you are making progress. right? Because you're thinking about the problem. I remember in a Calculus 2 class once, they put us into groups at the end of class, and they gave us this worksheet. And it was about fluid force. And if you've taken Calculus 2, fluid force is one of those subjects that you might see, you might not see. I've taught Calculus 2 so many times, and I barely teach fluid force. I'm not a fan. I've taught it though, and it's just hard to fit into the class. So this teacher, he felt it was his duty to enlighten us and teach us the magic of fluid force. And so he gave us this worksheet and he put us into groups. I remember picking my group, and it was just some people I kind of knew and this girl I knew. And we couldn't figure it out. And someone raised their hand during this, study session. And they said, "Professor, why are we doing this if it's not going to be on the test?" Because the professor had said it wasn't going to be on the test, maybe extra credit. And he said, "Well, this is what they call critical thinking. It's supposed to be good for you." Now, did I learn anything from that experience? Probably not. At least I can share the story with you now. That's pretty much it. But the point is, perhaps if I would have spent more time on it and really thought about it, I would. So it's that critical thinking that you apply to other things besides fluid force, math proofs, that makes you learn. So there is something to, the deep thinking that you do in mathematics. And, you can apply this to computational problems. I was talking about, partial differential equations earlier in the video. And if you've ever studied, PDEs, those problems are, they're just completely ridiculous. It's page after page after page after page. So, if you go back and you go through those problems and you think about all of the steps, and why they follow from previous steps, that helps reinforce everything, and it does help you learn. But I think in math proofs, I think that's where it's really, really prevalent. That's really where, and it's tempting. You finish your math proof and you're like, "Oh, I'm done. I got it. It all makes sense. Yay, I can go to the next one." Go over it again, and then later come back to it. Go back to your proofs and look at them later. I've kept all my proofs organized, and I rewrote them. They're all in folders for each class I've taken, and I know a lot of you do that, and sometimes it's worth going back and looking through those. And a lot of times when you do that too, you'll discover that you weren't so bright when you were in that class. You made a lot of silly mistakes, but yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. So I started this video with, yes, it's the hard problems you remember. And again, the lesson from that is, when you finish your math proofs, take some extra time to go back and spend extra time on those problems so that you can really reinforce what you've learned. And it just makes it stick better, because the harder problems are the ones that you tend to think about for longer periods of time, right? So yeah. It's unfortunate, because it would be better if we could just learn math really quickly. Like, they could just hook us up to a machine and there was no thinking involved, and they can just inject information into our brain. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, we have to think. And it's through that thinking that your mind becomes stronger. And this applies to anything, right? The more you think about something, the more you practice something, the better you get. It's the same thing with mathematics. Anyways, I should end this video. If you want to learn math, I have courses. They're on Udemy, but if you get them, use the links from the description of this video. It helps me greatly. Or from my website, link is in the description. I've got courses on most subjects, most basic subjects: calculus, trig, pre-calc. Well, I don't have pre-calc. Trig, college algebra, calculus, differential equations, a little bit of abstract algebra, some advanced calculus. They're all good courses. I've got some books. Check those out. Links in the description. Subscribe if you want. The key takeaway from this video is that, again, it's those hard problems that you remember. And so use that as a lesson to remember when you're really trying to learn something, go back and go over it again and spend a lot of time thinking about it, because that's really how you really learn, right? Stay strong, my friends.